I know, African community, we don't have shortage of resources or capacity. The only thing that we have shortage of is the leadership. We have got a chief, we have got a politician, but we lack leadership. But if we come together as a community, there is nothing that we can do. We can go beyond the expectation. And we are here to do wonders and the miracle. We are not here to be ordinary people. We are here to be extraordinary people. The only thing we have to believe in ourselves. And let me tell you, the God that I believe, for us who believe in God, God will never make you to do something that you don't believe. Otherwise, you may lose the track. So, for myself and for our community, the community that I belong to, that I believe in, the African community, I know that we can do more. That's what people can tell us we can do. We are here to put a foundation for a great future for our generation and the generation to come. So as we lay the foundation, other people will come and build on the foundation. And the beauty and the greatness of the building is not the color, it's not the rooms. The beauty of any building is the foundation. And that's what we are laying today. And I thank you for being here, and I thank you for laying this foundation. If I look on the number, I can really confirm without any shadow of doubt that the quorum is achieved. And compared to our constitution, we'll have the annual report presentation. We'll hear from the president and the treasurer. And after that, we'll move to general business. And we'll welcome the management, welcome the electoral commission. The president will give a word of thanks for the outing management, and he will declare the management committee position vacant in order to welcome the electoral commission. Therefore, brothers and sisters, can you help me to put our hands together to welcome the president of the Qacc for the report? Thank
you. Good afternoon. Can I begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we are meeting? I want to pay my respect to the elders, both past, present, and emerging. Thank you so much for your time. Before I go into the report, I would like to confirm that the previous minutes have been approved, if we are all okay with that. In terms of the report, we just had an A.G.M a couple of months ago, and we presented the report. This is the copy of our report, so I'll go through it very briefly. It's also on our website, and for the sake of election, that's why we also included that as an item. But we actually did the A.G.M a few months ago, and we have the current annual report. So it's a comprehensive report. We have a few copies there on the table. So the copy of the report is also on our website for your information. Just a couple of things that I want to emphasize in terms of our annual report. Number one, the most important thing that we've done as a committee is to move Qacc away from a traditional association. As you probably know, over the years, it's been a symbolic association that just stay there. You have a leader going around talking, get invited to events, and they will talk. So when we came to the leadership, we thought that it's time that we do our own thing. So we need to deliver services to our people. We've got so many issues in our communities, social complexities and challenges that the service providers out there, mainstream service providers, cannot help our community. So it is important that we establish our foundations of governance, and then we establish strategic partnerships with key agencies and institutions in a way that we do our work in collaboration and in partnership with other institutions. So we had to build the foundation in terms of policies and many other things. And after that, we were able to mobilize some resources and actually employ our own community members. Like now, we do have more than 10 youth mentors. Some of them are full-time, and we pay them so that they can do the work for our community. The other thing we've done is working very closely with a lot of different organizations and create opportunities. And for me, I usually describe that as invisible achievements. So there's so much that our community, they don't know, they don't see. And those are some of the achievements that I'm very proud of as a community leader. So things that we don't celebrate publicly. So we have secured employment for a lot of our people. But people don't know that it's happening through a lot of advocacy. So there are government agencies that have created a specific position for the African community members. That did not just happen. So it was direct negotiations for a long period of time. And we do have a good number of our young people now working in different agencies and services. And those are things that we are very proud of. We did establish the independent advisory board to make sure that they keep the executive committee accountable, very important. And we passed the resolution and amended our constitution to incorporate that provision in our constitution. So, and that is one of the reasons why we are being trusted by key stakeholders, because they have seen the system of governance that we have introduced. So you've seen the facilities that we've got. We do have the African Youth Center, a Red Bank plan, and also this facility, we call it the African Village. And for some of you, probably would be thinking, why is it called African Village? This is more about our families, our young people, and the community, because we are a very collectivist community. We stay together, we are interconnected, and we want to work together, constitute a village in which everyone takes responsibility and look after each other. That's why we call them the African Village, so that everyone can come, all different African communities can come and run some programs specifically targeted to the individual needs of their communities. So we've got another one at A.G.M, and all of these facilities are open to the community. So you don't need to hire them, you don't need to pay anything as long as you book your programs in, so you can run some programs for the young people and the families. So broadly, these are like the most important achievement that we can reflect on, and we can see that we made some progress as a community. And for me personally, I'm one of those people, I don't want to be doing something that I believe will not making a difference. That's part of my principles and values. So we need to change things, and what we want to do as a community is make sure that we challenge the system, because we're not going to go anywhere, and we still have a significant number of people who are struggling in the system. Discrimination, systemic discrimination, racism, and all of those things. This is a great country with democratic institutions, but there are still systemic issues that if we don't challenge them and stand up, nothing will get done. And we also need to be very, very, very careful. We need to be very careful not to be seen as people who just get angry and complain and make noise everywhere. We have to prove to the system, to the people, that we are capable of doing things. And in that way, if we complain and make noise, they will listen to us. We also need to do it in a very objective way. We don't need to destroy things. We need to improve the institution. We need to improve the system. We are not just angry people. So we are contributing to the society, and if we are embraced and included, we will make this community or this society a better place. We're not here to change things. And we can send that message through the way we do things, and if you've been trusted with a responsibility or given an opportunity wherever you work, you are our ambassador. And you need to send a message that if we give the opportunity to these people, they can even do better. And if someone else explore opportunities somewhere, they will be given those opportunities because you are doing something great. And that's very important. So this is what I want to present to you. And you can take time to go through the report, either on our website or if you have a copy of this, so you can read everything. We have also created so many other departments within the QACC, because that's part of our constitution. The current management committee can create other important positions as long they are of benefit to the community. So we've been doing that in specialized areas to broaden the opportunities to our community. So with all of that, I just want to say thank you for taking time to come and share this movement with us, and hopefully we can finish on time and then we move on with the job that needs to be done. Thank you.
You know, leaders will always give credit to people who are doing well, but the chiefs, they will never. And chiefs and the politicians, they will never give you a credit. The only time they give people credit is if themselves are involved in. For example, if a leader will say QACC is doing well now, but a chief or a politician will tell you, oh, you don't know. Yeah? But if you say, since you joined the QACC, is now doing well, because he's involved in it, he will say, yeah, have you realized that? But he will never give credit to anyone. But I would like to acknowledge what this man has done. He came in when QACC was dying, completely dying. No one wanted to associate himself with QACC. For those who knew QACC, they know that story. But he came, as I said before, as a leader for a vision for the community, and have changed the course of QACC. The deeds speak for themselves. I don't have to praise him or to talk positively about him. What he has done for the community speaks for itself. And the people who are involved in the community, they know what he has done for our community. And we are expecting people like this in the community. If we can have 5 or 2 of them, we can change our community. We can change the view and the image of our community. I wish if I can violate the constitution, this meant to run even 10 terms in the cases. No, that's me. That's me. I say what I believe, and I believe what I say. I'm not there to polish people, but that's me. Because at the time when the QACC were left itself, as a secretary on that time, I was receiving more than 26 calls a day, and I was running from my phone. So whatever I get a call, how is the QACC? We had ABCD, negative statement. And on that time, somebody who is a manager somewhere, he couldn't involve himself in something that is dying because it will tarnish his image. But for the sake of the community, for those who believe in their community, he said, I will take over. And everything was shaking. On that time, this man was the vice president. In the meeting, we were hiding our dark side. And this man brought the dark side in the meeting, and the people said, we didn't know this. The man had to take the leadership and they say, okay, yeah, it happened, but we are doing well now. That kind of hope. And I remember I put the vice president aside and I said, never talk about that in the community. So because we know that we were dying at that time. And for that, I always salute this man for what he has done. And for that, please, can we give this man Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I would like to ask somebody to move the report and somebody to second it.
Yeah, I'm moving the motion to adopt the report.
Thank you very much. Section is moving the president report. Who is seconding it? Thank you very much, Mr. Faisal is seconding it. Thank you, Mary, also for doing that.
I've got quite a number of things that I want to raise. Yes, he has said whatever he has said, it's all right. And at times, I believe in getting things right and straight to the point. There is no need to hide things that will build us as a community and that will build the organization. Number one, I am not very happy with our former leaders who are not even here. And when I was looking at the membership, they are not even there. So you ask yourself, in the first place, why did they ever be presidents, vice presidents, treasurers, and so on? Why is today they are not members of this organization? What was the motive behind it? So really, we might try to hide behind a spoon, but people, they will always see you. So to those who wants position in Qacc, you have to come clean. Don't come here with hidden agenda to prop up your businesses or your personal agenda. You have to come to Qacc to work for the people and to work for the development of our own African identities and our people. It's so sad. We have got 54 countries, as these flags might indicate, but look at our numbers. It is because those who will be removed or those who will resign from the offices, they don't want to follow or they don't want to be led. They don't want to support those who are in leadership. It's a shame. Anyway, there are just a few, if not one, I've seen here. We worked closely with him. A few here, the likes of Samuel. He has been with Qacc for quite a number of years. Thanks for being there. And then we forced him to be where he is. And the people who actually forced him, it's not him per se. It was me and Wilson, but he didn't want to leave. Then we say to him, there is a crisis. Then he said, no, you have been here longer than myself. Then I said, I don't have the time. I've got a full-time job where I'm too committed. Then he said, okay, fine, I'll try it. Thanks for trying, and thanks for doing whatever you're doing. So really, for those who are coming, I wish you well. And as I have promised in the last election, I said, I am not going to contest for the vice president again. And I am making that full. I will not contest for the vice president, but anything else I can do. Reason being, I want to give somebody a chance to understand better. Because if I will remain the vice president, when I know I'm too committed somewhere, my role is to understand Ben and to take his role when he retires. Or when, yeah, so really, this is the time for us to give the young generation to also come and lead. And those who will come, I will fully support you, without doubt. Count on me, I will support you. But if you mess up, I will criticize. That's who I am. So don't worry much about me. Criticizing, I will criticize if things are not working well. Ben knows that. I don't. Thanks for coming, guys. And I hope those who are coming, we will not remain as the boys' league, whereby the vice president is a man, the president is a man, the secretary is a man. We also want gender equality. I know that's That's why we have got a lot of women here. So we also want you to lead. And one day we also want to see one of you becoming a president of QACC. Thank you so much.
Mabiba. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't have much to say, but it definitely has been a challenging 2 years, but at the same time, there's been a lot of growth within those 2 years. And as a community, we should be very proud of how far we've come. Obviously, being very young as well, I've myself learned a lot through this journey. And because of these guys that are sitting right here, that's always supported me and taught me a lot of new things. I'll forever be grateful and thankful for the work that's being done. Even though we're out, we'll always be here to support the community. We'll always continue to do the work that we have already been doing. And for the new management that's coming through, the seed has already been planted, and let's just continue to keep growing that. You know, so once again, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for coming. My name is Edwin Lubari. I'm the Social Affairs Coordinator for QACC. Thank you for the opportunity in the last 2 years. It's been quite a lot of challenging, but I think a lot of us, I think at one point I was going to bed, I wanted to resign. But the reality is it's all about the community. So I feel Ben is quite a big driver for us. We're all busy. I work full time myself and children as well. But Ben do a lot more than us, so that gives us a lot of energy. Why would you complain if someone like that can sacrifice that much? We as a community, I think we'll have a role to play. As an African community, we're really bigger than one. Whatever I do reflect on all of us, so it's important that we continue to support each other. It's a tough role as a community organization, it's a volunteer. I think collectively we need to support, rally behind the community organization. It's not about QACC. QACC is not one person. QACC is about the 54 African countries. If you don't support it, you don't participate, no one else will do it. So thank you for all your support. I appreciate it, and wish all the incoming leadership all the best and continue to support. We've done a lot. I think one of the biggest things, looking back in time, we've done a lot. There's a lot of invisible things that people don't see, like Ben alluded to early on, but that's all because of the great work. I think we moved away from raising issues as a community, but to come up with a solution. Because if you come up with issues, someone, come up with a solution doesn't work to deliver. So we really come up with solutions as a community. And some of our solutions have worked really well. The youth mentors are a really good example of that, but they need the community support. They can't do it on their own. So thank you, and I urge you all to continue to support the community and the organization as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Eddie. There is other people among us who have been volunteering deeply in our community that who won't have an opportunity to speak here because they are not part of the management committee, especially like the man that you see standing here also. He works for the community more than 24 hours a day. That is a great man who is supporting our community without any expectation. Another man that I respect also who have been the vice secretary, but who moved to serve the community for the purpose of being together, is a man sitting there, Faisal. That man has been serving QACC beyond expectation. I don't know how I can explain the job that he had done for QACC, even though he's now the president of Somali community. But he has been involved in QACC 100%. So, brother, salute. And
well, I am Tracine Kitwanga, and I have been the acting treasurer for about, I think, a little over a year now. And yeah, that's what I do. I manage the finances of the organization. So I'm just going to run quickly through the last financial year's funding and where we got it from and how it's used. So we have been fortunate last financial year to get fundings from the government in order for us to run several programs that I'm pretty sure if you do have the magazine, you've probably seen. So most of our fundings do come in order for us to be able to support the youth mentors that go into all of these facilities and offer services to the young people. So the amount that you see there on the grant, yeah, like most of it is used for that. We've got different programs that we run every week at different facilities, so that money is used for that. We also get sponsorships from different organizations to be able to run events like the African Cup of Nations and Mandela Cup and the African Festival, and as well as your membership, which is really helpful because with the sponsorship and the grants that we receive from various places, they are very specific to the project that you apply the grants for. So we have to use the money for what we've applied for it. So, and then we as an organization have different other expenses that we need to, we need to pay for, like the lights and our taxes. So your membership fees actually help to be able to run the everyday side of the organization. So I think from just the committee and the organization, I would like to say thank you for contributing the way you have so far. And I would just encourage you to keep on doing so because, like I said, we rely on you guys to be able to support us to do what we do. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Individuals also
Yes, so I know there are some people that actually donate stuff for the youth centers specifically, and we appreciate that as well because at the end of the day, if we need some tables for young people and some chairs, then we'd rather get the tables and the chairs than the money. Because if we do get the money, we'll be buying the chairs and the tables. So it doesn't really matter what type of support we get as long as it's coming in. I think that any contribution is good contribution. Like I would rather have the community support however they can than them not being able to afford it. Because right now the membership is at $15 individually, and then we also have community-wise. So we would not want to increase the price and have the community members unable to support even when they want to. But then with saying that, I just mentioned that we don't only take money, like we also get donations in kind. So the support or the membership fees that you provide us with is never too little. And I think that the gesture itself says a lot. So yeah, that's, I mean, if you do want to give more, then yeah, so be it. But we would not force it upon the community to, give more than they have. In the past few years, as you all know, Qacc has had a little bit of a rocky journey, and we have been we've been trying to clean up and making sure that the organization gets back on its feet. And we've been doing that for probably the past, I think, two and a half years or so. And we, I think, only now at a point where we are now able to maybe think about how we can grow the organization, because you cannot grow something that is on rocky foundation. And I think the key point was to bring the organization to a point where it is stable enough for us to be able to think about other stuff. And I believe that in the near future, if the next committee, not the current, if the next committee can take that into consideration and get ideas on how we can, I guess, produce income in order to be self-sufficient as an organization.
Of you, I'm really very thankful for your service. Thank you for your loyalty and commitment and passion to do the work that you've been doing. For some of you, you've seen me in the community, and the work that we've been doing in the past 2 years is because of the support from these people and all of you. And for me, it's more than a leadership, it's more than a community leadership. I shouldn't be in the Qacc leadership. I should not, and I think many people know that. If it was just for the sake of the title or just to be a community leader, I should not be here. And the reason why I decided to to stay on and to continue the work that I do is because of the pain that I see in our community. Things that I see every day when I meet with families, when I meet with individual members of our community, and when I interact with the system. And in most cases, I would be the only black person in a lot of meetings. And some of those decisions that are made there have profound effect in the lives of our community. I'll be sitting there, I'll be listening as people deliberate on everything that affects the community. And I'm the only person there in many, many, many meetings. And we've got a lot of people out there in the community. And we're getting very frustrated and we're complaining a lot, but how do we increase our numbers there so that we see ourselves across different institutions representing our interests? So for all of those reasons, I kind of made a decision to hang on to the leadership role. And without the support of the management committee, I would have not done that. So there's a lot of work that they do in the background that people don't know. Some of them don't attend a lot of events or meetings, and probably some of you just for the first time, you could see the faces of the committee members, but they're doing a lot of work in the background. So I want to say thank you, and I want to say thank you as well for your support and encouragement over the past 12 months. So with those words, I'm going to declare the management committee and the position vacant. So we're now going to go there and sit down with you as ordinary members of the Qacc, and the electoral committee, Mr. Jimmy Bin, and the team are going to come here to occupy our position. So thank you so much.
It's now my honor to welcome our distinguished candidates to come one after the other to tell us the interest they have on serving the Qacc Management Committee. And that will be not more than 3 minutes, please. Alphabetical order. That's what the Constitution, that's what it's written in the Constitution. So we are starting with Belhange Chibangu. Belhange Chibangu is vying for the position of the Vice President.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Belhange Chibangu, a daughter of Africa from the DRC, Congo, a youth mentor, co-center manager of the African village in Brisbane, to be precise. I would like to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we live, meet, and work today. I pay my respects to the elders past, present, and emerging. And greetings to all respected elders, community leaders, Qacc members, and the entire African community. My journey with Qacc began in my last year of uni, when I was introduced to Qacc and AYSC through a fellow classmate who was working with AYSC when it first started and opened the center in Red Bank. I believe his recommendation for me in terms of like moving to Brisbane and working with AYSC and Qacc in general was because he saw my passion for my community and my, I guess, work ethic, respect, driven integrity and accountability I had, because I had started an African Association on my campus, and I guess it ran with that and introduced me to AYSC as I came towards graduating. I would like to say thank you for the opportunity to run in this year's election. I accepted a nomination and decided to run for the role of Vice President because I am passionate about having our voices heard and and our concerns treated with utmost importance. Working for Qacc as a youth mentor has given me the opportunity to work with youth in schools and detention centers, as well as interact with some parents and some of the struggles they deal with I have witnessed myself. Our parents need more support, access to information and skills. Our youth need more support, guidance, direction, and reintroduction to Africa. My role as a youth mentor has required that I advocate for the needs of the youth, and the role of Vice President will give me the platform to advocate for the community on a larger scale. I believe that the best way to ensure the success of the future generation is to empower and support their support system, which is their community. I firmly believe in the motto that it takes a village to raise a child, and I will do my very best to support the President in achieving those goals. I look forward to seeing it.
And 20 seconds.
Too many 20 seconds.
Good on you.
Thank you so much. Benny Ball.
I decided to run again for the position of president, to consolidate the achievement, and to also use the remaining term as a succession planning. So we want to make sure that we invest in the future of our community, and we want to make sure that we're not going back to where we started. That's very important. Otherwise, all the sacrifices that we made over the past 2-3 years will be regrettable. So we really need to look at the long-term strategic objectives of the organization to make sure that we're doing better. And my vision is to make sure that the next leadership after I finish will do greater things than what I've already achieved in my leadership.
Thank you so much. Okay. Next is Edwin Lubari.
My name is Edwin Lubari. I accepted nomination for the Social Affairs Coordinators. A little bit about myself, I think it's important. So I'm a father of 2, and I work full-time as a public health officer as well. But for me, I think the last 2 years, when I joined Qacc, there's a lot of turbulence, and at that time we actually had a lot of people come and leave. But we've done a lot of work, and I think the reputation of the organization is quite cemented. And 2 things for me personal in the next this term, to really persuade the things that we started. One, from a social affairs point of view, I think historically we've been on the journey of issues and solutions, really hunching, looking for people to solve our problems. 2 things for me moving forward, and hopefully the predecessors will continue that. One, and we had a lot of this conversation across the community. We're the expert in our own health and well-being. We're the only expert in what we do. And we need to let others know that you need to support us to do things the way we want to do it. And the way I wanted to see us do that in this term, and hopefully the next leadership, is to 2 things. This whole idea of a cultural competence, you come to me to understand about my culture, how I live my life, and you become the expert to service me. That hasn't got us anywhere. We end up in the same circle. So we wanted to be empowered to support our own communities ourselves, but also we want to move away from me coming to you, teaching you about my culture. Why don't you employ me and work with you to help you understand how we operate? For me, these 2 things are really crucial moving forward, to empower communities, that we actually move beyond educating other people about our culture. We wanted to work together, so the only way we can work together is you accept me the way I am and make me part of your life, and I make you part of my life. So that's the whole thing.
The name?
Edwin Lubari.
Well done. Okay, next we have Fadosa Yusuf.
Yep. Hello, everyone. That's Fardosa's email. She said, hello, Qacc election committee. Due to unforeseen circumstances, I am unable to attend the election that is happening today. I have been sick since Thursday night. My sincere apology to all the committees, candidates, and all of Qacc members today participating in the election. Please proceed with the election, and I will continue to work extra hard if elected for the Vice President and support our community. That's what it is.
What's her name? Fadosa Yusuf.
Fardosa Yusuf.
Thank you. Jean Bosco, position of the Community Relations Officer. Yes.
My name is Gilmai Gabramed, and I'm from Eritrean background. Thanks to being here, and also I just wanted to start by acknowledging the traditional owner of the land where we gathering here, paying my respect to those elders and past and present. Thanks for the invitation. I think what I would like to join to this great organization. I have been involved in the community. I'm sure you know me, and not only the Eritrean community, but also entire diverse community I've been supporting individually or in a group. I've been established in a few organizations, a few community to support them in terms of how they can run their organization. So that's what really interested me to contribute to Qacc, which is part of my identity, and which is part of I'm proud of to be part of this great organization. I've seen the progress of the achievement, and it's all about us. It's all about our children. It's not about division, but it's about also what we're going to pass to our generations, young people in the future. So thanks for the nomination. I accepted that nominations because I believe that I can contribute and to my ability and to support. And also I'm a social worker. I've been working with the young people, youth engagement in Multicultural Australia. But also I want to bring that, I think it was mentioned earlier, which is we're proud that we've been part of and many of working experience that we have that we need to bring to our own communities and make us stronger and to be able to support our communities. And so that's for me, and thank you. Thank you.
My name is Jenny Bosco. I have been working with different organizations. I've been working for Brisbane City Council for 15 years, and I've been working for Queensland Qacc Mental Health Centre as a bilingual mental health promoter. Been working with the MDA there for some few years as a cultural support worker. Been working with the PCOIC there as a mentor, and I've been also working with Logan Access as a volunteer in events, and I've been also learning different events, community event, multicultural events for community, and I've been also learning a gospel events, multicultural, brings people together. So in this position, I believe I can be able to learn according to my experience. Been spending a lot of time in the community, try to see what we can change, what we can deliver in the community to make the difference in the community. I believe in this position, together with everyone, I can be able to learn it properly. Thank
you so much. Your name, please, your name?
My name is Jean Bosco Barakamvitie.
And the position?
Is the Deputy Event Coordinator.
Thank you so much. Next. Joan. Okay, this is Joan. Joan, due to health reasons, so she won't be able to introduce herself, so I'm going to do that for her. Please accept her apology, okay? It's a well-known fact that there are so many issues, challenges facing our community, and this is what has spurred me, her, in the last 3 years to jump in and help make difference to our community. By trade, she's a registered nurse and has been for the last 8 years. She's also a co-researcher with A.G.M, Female Genital Mutilation Awareness Australia. In addition to this, she is a civilian instructor with the Australian Air Force Cadets, one of the leading youth organizations in the country. She's also a member of the Black Women Photographers headquarters based in New York City, with whom she is also listed as a photographer. She's also hold qualifications in international business studies. Her vision: make Qacc and AYSC a brand name. Let it be known all over Queensland and Australia worldwide. Increase the publicity of smaller scale Qacc and AYSC events, and also liaise with event management team to start new events based on public demand and reaction. B, she wants to be hands-on public relations officer, get to know the members of our community individually and incorporate their views in handling of this role. She has more Qacc and AYSC events publicized on different LGA council websites, social media platforms. Thank you so much.
So my name is Rudo Marita Mashonganyika. Mashonganyika is my married name, and I mostly formally go with my maiden name. So if you see two names, that's the reason why. I have accepted nomination for Deputy Social Affairs Coordinator. I will start with a brief history about myself. I've been a registered nurse for over 20 years, and 10 of those I've been working in management, mostly in aged care. And also I have recently received 2 awards, one for leadership excellence and one for excellence in quality. So I believe those qualities that I possess will help me to empower our African community. I believe in empowerment of our people, because if we are not empowered, we won't know what to do. And I believe empowerment comes from having the information that we need to know. I know a lot of leaders spoke before. We have lots of challenges, but if we don't know how to deal with those challenges, we're not going anywhere. So my part in empowerment is making sure we get the information that we need to make decisions, whether it's about our health, being in healthcare. Well, almost half my age I've been in healthcare. I would be advocating for mental health, health and well-being. Doesn't matter whether it's mental health, any type of health is required for our well-being. And I would be encouraging everyone to participate in those events that come up. Tell your friends, invite them, so we can empower each other. We can't just stay at home and complain about our problems, complain that we don't know how to run business, but if there's a business workshop being promoted, nobody turns up. We need also to take it upon ourselves to empower ourselves, or to go to those events where you get empowerment. That's what I believe in, and that's, I believe, how I managed to get the award that I get at work. It's not just a small organization, it's one of the leading aged care organizations, and I was one of the 7 people that received individual awards. So I believe I've got the qualities and the experience to achieve the goals of the role. Thank you all. My name is Rudo Marita.
Well done, well done, well done, well done.
I'm proud to be an African, and I'm very proud to belong to this community. That belief makes me to accept the nomination, because I believe we can make the change, and we should be the agent of the change that we expect to see. And for that reason, knowing this is going to be our last term in the office, you can see the next leader also giving me something to talk about. Believing this is our last term in the office, I've accepted the nomination to build a strong and smooth transition. Because in African community, when we leave the office, we leave the emptiness. To such extent, the next generation, they don't know where to stand. And we are taking this with all responsibilities. Oh, okay. We are taking this with all responsibilities, And I would urge and encourage everyone to not only to vote for voting, for to feel responsibility, because each vote counts. Therefore, it's better not to vote than voting somebody that you don't believe in. But what I can tell you, our leadership, the leadership under President Benny, we have done more. And I wish if you could have a recording before, you could see the difference between what we have done and where we are coming from. People tell you about their great past, but they don't tell you about their great future. I believe in the future, not for myself, for the future for our community and everyone. Thank you.
It's Mr. Secretary. I, the Qacc event management coordinator for 2 years. Now my absence for not to be in today is medical care and ambulance pickup, Sunday, the 4th December 2022. I'm not 100% okay. I'm just leaving it as it is.
Thank you. That was Sekou Toure, who will be running for the position.
Be very brief. I have, well, in the past year or so of being a treasurer of Qacc, we have undertaken as a committee a lot of work in order to restore the organization to what it should have been in the first place. And like some of my co-ex-committee currently has mentioned, there are a lot of projects that are ongoing that needs to be maintained to the current level in order for us as an organization and as a community to be sustainable. So I have accepted the nomination in order to be able to build that sustainability, as this is, like the ex-secretary had said, it is the last term. So taking this opportunity not only to continue the work that we've been doing, but also to build the next leadership to be able to take over the project and the vision and the direction of the organization. So I'm an accountant. I've been an accountant for 3+ years. I have a master's in professional accounting, and I'm also a provisional chartered accountant. Yeah, and I guess I do have the experience with working for non-profit organization because I've been doing it for a little over a year, and I believe I will be able to continue the work that I'm doing. Thank you.
So Benny Ball has been elected the president because it's the only nomination with 50 votes.
Benny Ball, 50 votes.
Nomination as well, and he's also got 50 votes. Samuel Kimanuka.
Samuel Kimanuka.
Tracy Kikwanga, treasurer, 50 votes.
Yep.
Now there's one position here that is contested, which is the vice president. So we'll count those at the end. So, community relations officer, Jeremy Geberit. Social affairs coordinator, Edwin Uvari. Deputy social affairs coordinator, Rubo Mashoganika Manitsa. A nurse, I'm sure you've nursed me at one stage. Public relations officer, Joan Adiambo Cole. Events coordinator, Sekou Toure. Deputy Events Coordinator, Jean Bosco. So we'll count the vice president.
Now we're counting for the vice president.
Yeah.
We start with Bell and Fadosa for the position of the vice president.
Okay.
Count with us, please, if you can.
So I'll just say Bell's name or Fadosa's name. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Bell, 1 vote. Bell, 2 votes.
Slowly.
Sorry. Bell, 3 votes. Bell, 4 votes. Bell, 5 votes. Bell, 6 votes. Bell, 7 votes. Bell, 8 votes. Bell, 9 votes. Bell, 10 votes. Bell, another 10 votes, so that's 20. Yeah. Another 10 votes for Bell, 30. Another 6 votes for Bell. 6. Yep. Another 2, that's 38. Another 2 makes 40. And 5, so 45 votes in total. Sorry, Fadosa. Just 2 votes for Fadosa Yusuf.
So, the vice president is Belange Chibangu. African Communities Council Management Committee come in front here. Then we present them officially. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, these are the elected. These are the elected members of the 2022 Queensland African Communities Council Management Committee. Ladies and gentlemen, big applause to these ladies and gentlemen. I think Mr. President, elected President, one word on behalf of all of them.
Thank you so much. On behalf of the elected Name Management Committee, I want to say thank you for your trust. Thank you for your commitment. We will not let you down. So we will make sure that we fully execute the duty to realize our vision, the vision to empower our community. And we will make sure that we work together with you, because community is about membership. Without members, there's no community. If you cannot support us, we're not going to be able to do the work that we do. And I believe with this team, we will be able to do better. So thank you so much for your support, and thank you for your continuing support into the future. So thank you, and have a happy break. I know a lot of people are going to go on holiday, so just go safely. Myself, I'm traveling tomorrow to Africa, so hopefully I'll see you by the end of January next year. Thank you.
Oh yeah, balingi babina music Africa.